These commandments that I give to you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. These commandments, in other words, this Bible that you're reading, God's insights and direction for living, I want you to take those, I want them to be on your hearts. Because mom and dad, your value of faith is what your children will follow. So impress them on your lives first. Because what do we need? We need role models of faith. We all look for people that we can imitate, learn from, and who will guide us. And our children need us as their guides. And they will understand the true value of what you say by watching your life, how you manage your business, how you handle your relationships, how you deal with difficult family members and neighbors, how you make career decisions, right? Because they're going to follow that and they're going to imitate that. What college do I go to? How do I handle a difficult person on my team? What do I do with a teacher who's giving me a hard time? How do I think and learn to decipher how God is speaking to me and leading my life? They're going to do that by watching you and listening. Because Moses goes on, Moses, the one we believe said this, Moses says, talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you sit up. You know what Moses is saying? Let your faith so permeate your life that when the moment comes, you can respond. Some of you know that I'm a football fan. I enjoy it. And though we have a lot of criticisms about football players, there was a moment I was watching this thing with Tom Brady, and he said, anybody who wants to beat me, he goes, what I do is based off the 24/7, 365. Every single day I devote my life to this. So if you're going to beat me on the field, you're going to beat me in life. You know what that is applied to faith? If you want your children to follow your example, then faith just radiates from you. Even in your mistakes and failures. Sometimes the admission of a mistake or failure and the genuine apology and the commitment to change is the great memory that they'll carry with them throughout their lives. I've had moments when I've had to sit down with my teenagers, my young adults, my college students, and just look them in the eye and say, you know what, I failed you in that moment. But my faith teaches me to own my failures. I show them that you can fail in life and still be redeemed and still be valuable. And then I show them repentance by the way I commit to my life after that. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them. So this was metaphorical, and the culture said, yeah. So they did that. They created little boxes that had verses for their foreheads. They wrote verses on bands of leather that they would put on their arms, and they literally carved them into their door frames. You know what we do today is we put them on our wall as art decoration, which is awesome. If the life in the home matches the decorations on the wall. If the life at home matches the decoration on the wall, then you're reinforcing faith. Because if our goal is to guide our children towards Jesus, we're going to need help. And this is our commitment. Our commitment as a church, what we call the orange theory. The orange strategy is an approach of look at the warmth of love at home and the light of Jesus at church come together and we make orange. And so we understand how hard it is to parent. I believe that we are in one of the most difficult seasons, at least in my history of ministry, in being a parent. With all the stress and strain that's in the world, it's hard to be a parent. With all the questions that are coming at us, our kids are studying things in high school that we didn't study till we were in college. They're introduced to high-level thoughts. They're asking difficult questions. We're in a world that is hard to navigate. We need to partner together to invest into the next generation. That's why we do things like we have classes about communion to help you explain what that means to your children. We talk about baptism so that you can help your children understand what a genuine baptism is and what that represents. We give Bibles to kids so that you can help read the Bible with your children so you can teach them the value by example. We have something called Parent Queue that when you sign up for it through Faith Kids, it's these awesome parenting emails that come through with just wisdom and advice on a weekly basis on how to parent your children. We're committed to help you guide your children to Christ because we believe it is an important call for every parent